Here's the bottom line. Today is what, the 27th or something of August. A year and 2 weeks ago today, uh, we were back over here over in Camarillo. I was out, sitting there getting bread. And here comes the sheriffs and their little posse of minions. And we had already been illegally kicked out of the Project Roomkey room in Canoga Park with no notice, with a guy walking into our room while we're sleeping. As far as I'm concerned, that's a breaking and entering felony, strikeable. And then I got arrested. Yeah, because I went back to that room. Well, so we had been suspicious. We were out on the street for a year. Uh, at one point, we had been into whatever the fuck you're staring at, lady. We had been into Motel 6 a couple times. And one time when we had paid cash because it was raining, 2 hours after we're there, some black people next door start flipping the fuck out, start yelling at Tracy. I stuck my head out and said, hey, fuck you, stop yelling at my wife. About 20 minutes later, here comes the janitor, and he says, oh, he's calling the fucking police for someone else yelling, called the police on us. And we got booted and didn't get our money back because I hurt the manager's feelings by calling him an androgynous little fuck. Everybody around here supports the fucking cops. There's so many goddamn community citizen patrols. It's ridiculous. They might have deputy badges just passing out at the fucking Walmart. Uh, so we were, needless to say, pissed off and burned. Also, I had caught another citation case over at the Ralph's here in Camarillo because Tracy and I were yelling. This is a public parking lot, many stores. It was night, nobody was around, and we had an argument. I'm pretty sure that's fucking legal still. They stopped, illegally entered the truck. I had to get out, push dude off, and fucking lock the door and close it. I didn't want to get out, but I did. They gave me a case. It was bullshit. The case was I surrendered my paper and cards, driver's license, but not fast enough for the Camarillo sheriffs. That apparently is some sort of tiny vehicular law. That if you delay, and are you fucking kidding? Well, so we were already admittedly, and that day 56, I never waived time. Day 45, I should have been kicked out. Misdemeanor, right to a speedy trial. They didn't. At day 56, they're telling me, oh, I'm eligible for a program. I go, you're eligible to get sued. And fuck you, and walked out. And the judge was like, Mr. Ross, Mr. Ross. And I just kept walking. Fuck that dude. They're not even trying to play by legal constitutional rights. So last August 15th, when here comes their homeless liaison officer and his little posse of ducklings, all V-shaped, following behind him, they're like, do you want a room, a hotel room? And both Tracy and I go, fuck no, you fucking assholes, you lying pieces of shit. And they go, oh, well, she was blind at that time, and I really was thinking they might. And so they talked us into it. We told them, you motherfuckers should never do that. They go, we promise we will help you. I said, do you promise that you'll help her get her eyes fixed? This has been almost a year. They said, we promise. They even signed papers with their promises. I would view that as a contract because in California, you don't really even need a paper. If you make a handshake agreement and both parties know what they're doing, that's a contractual certainty right there. They promise. So they promised they wouldn't dog us out. They promised they would help her. During the course of time, their fucking social worker never. I had to call him up. I said, "Hey man, is there some way we can get this ball rolling?" He's like, "All you got to do is keep looking for housing." I don't know how they expect people to look for housing with no money. So, but they promise. Well, then comes I had a heart attack. And so I don't know, what they expected to be done. Nobody ever showed. We didn't see those fucking social worker the entire time for anything about social work. The only two times we saw him was when he was threatening to kick us out. And we're like, "Hey man, we've been in the same place for 5, 6 months. You can't just boot people out like that. That's California tenancy law." And you can say whatever you want, but that's what they got to go by. Well, sure enough, not long later, here comes fucking three sheriffs kicking us out right then, no reason, under threat of arrest, and they have guns. What are you supposed to do? Uh, that's basically housejacking. Then I was told we were banned from all the agencies and county and nonprofit agencies because nobody wanted to work with me. Yeah, because you'd just gotten done dogging me out, and I told you I'd beat your face into the concrete. Well, you know, so now, they're like 6 months ago. Then they come up with see us done, and the guy and those cops, same cop. He says, "Well, your life hasn't improved." It hasn't. Well, why hasn't it? Because when you fucking chalk me into something, and then I get lulled into a false sense of security, and then when I'm not looking, you fuck me in the ass and tear it all away from my hands, I get pissed. And of course, our life's not improving. I had a heart attack. We had no help. They didn't do anything they promised. They did exactly what we said they would do, which was anti promise. I think they should be held fiscally liable. I don't understand how could they not? These people make promises in the scope of their job. It's not even their fucking money. It's not like they're, you know, venture capitalists and they're risking some bread. It's they're just fucking dickhead cops and wannabe nonprofit people and just like Alex Villanueva, I would have never thought I would have supported the words of a L.A. County, a sheriff elect. But that dude, he's got it. Nobody's trying to solve homelessness. That would be working themselves out of a job. All they want to do is keep it going and fucking keep the money flowing. That's it. So yeah, here we are. Our life hasn't improved. It's gotten worse since we left there. Then Tracy's gotten breast cancer. Her blindness has gotten more severe. She's gotten breast cancer. We are both tore up. We've been chased. And then we get shit like a couple weeks ago where fucking fake cops come up, give me a fake arrest, give it the car a fake search, tear the fucker up. It was just about harassment and inconvenience and the whole thing. And now there's not a record of it. There's not a record of the incident report. It is if it is wiped off the map, except for the videos on YouTube and in my phone that I got, and that. But then again, we're all drug addicted and crazy. Yeah. So you get promised a thing by the cops. They give it to you, quack, you take it away, fuck with you. Then, and break promises, they expect me to abide by the promise of being a citizen and following the law, which, bullshit. And then That's hypocritical. If you want me to follow the law, then you got to follow the law. You want me to adhere to my promises, you have to do the same. I don't give a shit if it's Biden or anybody. I'm a fucking man. If you're wiping the shit off your asshole, you're a man too, or a chick, or whatever. But if unless you're Jesus Christ and you have a golden turd, then fuck you. Um, and of course, when you have the government fucking with your life, then your life is not going to improve. It will deprove. And that's really where it's at. But I'm at least cognizant, Tracy is too, of the fact that this is happening. Most of these delusional dipshits that fucking work their little cubicle job and pay their little collated bills, and they fucking got their certain amount of food storage capacity and carbon footprint and blah blah blah. They're fucking saving the world, but they're driving a high end gas car. Hey, come on. Let's get real. Ride a donkey, make a donkey turd, plant it in a field somewhere, but go slow because carbon footprint. Oh, you want to have the convenience of today's transportation, but then you want to lecture other people about their responsibilities on it. Kiss mine. So yeah, that's the upshot. Here we are, just a little over a year ago. They were fucking with us. Now they go, well, we gave you 6, 7 months of. You didn't give us shit. You reallocated some funds that were already fucking sent to us from the federal government, and all you did was hijack them and then rip them off. I mean, that's really what's at. It's not. It's not people being irresponsible. It's the government fucking taking all your shit and then making it out like, oh, you're crazy. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm just tired of getting my shit took. So that's what's going on.